chat and you do have XG feed, I love you very much. Maybe we can get some opinions as to what's going on. Some stats as to the best plays or cube decisions. Because while I am good, I am certainly not XG. Here we go. We are off, squaring up the clock, getting everything ready, playing on a beautiful Joker backgammon board. They are coming out on the scene. Their boards are around. I have one myself. I won it in a tournament, and I love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I've never gotten so many compliments on a board ever. Follows the FM board style of removable inlays, so you can mix and match colors. They have plenty of checker styles. They also have smaller travel boards, if that is what you prefer. The cube is very heavy and could be used as a weapon should your opponent piss you off. And the dice are in the cup, the dice are out, and we still don't know who started. Let's try again. Take two. Who's it gonna be? All right, Steve Sachs is at the top of your screen. Todd Obadal is at the bottom of your screen. We are bearing off left. And Steve Sachs already out. Well, was out to a nice priming position. But Todd's going to get ahead in the race and send him back just to start. Double sixes dances right off the bat. You have heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it again. It blows my mind how often that happens. It just does not seem statistically accurate. I am not in any way rigged dice or anything like that, and I completely accept all the crazy rolls, but double sixes off the bar on a one-point board happens so many times. Bernard from the Clinton Hill Backgammon Club, thank you for joining us. It is good to see you here. Oh, big double fives. Gonna put two on the roof right away. And that is exactly what he wanted. Double threes coming right back. This is just powerhouse slugfest. Both players knowing how to roll, and more importantly, knowing what to do after they roll. All right, Steve's going to enter with the two. And possibly jump out to the 18. Oh, my screen is a lean. Trying to get a little more outfield control. All right, dice are out. He gets the hit. Oh, might hit in the outfield as well. Generally, in the beginning, you want to hit in the outfield if you can. Gains you much more in the race. Also gets rid of that important builder on the 10-point. Oh, almost danced. The dice did a little thing there, but he wonderfully comes out to the 18-point, and that is solid. That's going to give him a good game moving forward. Todd with the 5-3. Probably strengthen his board in the 3-point, but also has options to make the 10-pointer come down and make the 8-point. But the 3-point is just so tasty and delicious that he will do that. Steve, 2-3. It's going to hit. Figure out what to do with the 2. Just tidy up. Nothing else really plays too well. Todd 5-3 again. Let's see how he plays it. Whichever die doesn't come in will most likely come off the 13-point. There you go. That works better than coming to the 10, although the 10 would block the space 6 points away from the 4. But this is better as it's part of the full prime. 5-4. Steve has some options here. Probably involves either breaking the 18 or the 13. Will be the 13. He already has the 18 point, so the 13 midpoint becomes slightly less valuable. And Todd's seen enough. He feels pretty strong. He's going to flip the cube. And Steve's going to think about it. He's got a couple blots, but he's also got the 18-point anchor, which is nice and strong. Unfortunately, he doesn't really have too much else, but he's still going to scoop it up. It's early in the match. And we'll see how it plays out. 6-1. So Todd's going to probably hit the blot on the 4, but he can certainly hit the midpoint blot that he left there. I'm not sure what else you would have. But these guys are absolutely amazing. They're the top players in the world, grandmaster level. And their supercomputer brains think of things far beyond my capabilities. Side step back on the mid. Perhaps wanted more outfield control. Didn't want to let him remake the mid with a future 5. And Steve dances. Now he will get the second checker up on top of the roof, and it is full-on blitz and closeout time. Steve does have the ace point anchor, which will keep him in the game till the end. But for the moment, Todd is firmly in control of this. Steve wants to come in, does come in with both. That's pretty huge. If one of those doesn't get hit, he would probably want to advance his anchor up a little further. Todd's probably going to hit on the... Oh, he's going to hit and cover on the 2. See that, but yes, that makes absolute sense. Just continuing the blitz, trying to close out points. He is less concerned with closing out the points in order. He'll probably hit loose on the 4 point if he can now, which he can. Possibly bring the other checker all the way around to have 6s to cover, or do it this way. Is it this way or is it that way? Yeah, it's either going to be one or the other, coming out to the 10 or bring it down to the 9. Steve would love to get a hit just to stay alive right now. Can't do it, and he is facing being down 4-0 right out of the gate, especially now, getting the full 5-point board. Todd is feeling incredible about this one. Even a miracle double ones and a hit doesn't bother Todd at all. I don't think there's too much concern anywhere for Todd until he starts the bear-off process and just doesn't want to leave a shot. And even if he does leave a shot, he really is okay. This is where we all want to be when we play backgammon. We want to be in Todd's seat. No doubt. 5-2 to play. Probably trying to just minimize danger and facilitate his bear-in. Four from Todd. Let's continue bringing checkers in. He could make the point there on the 8, but that's probably not necessary. Just bring a checker in. The magic 1-6 would get a hit. If Steve Warner continues to dance. There's the 1-6. Or the other guy. Sometimes you end up rolling your opponent's numbers. Checker falls, no entry. We are playing dice on checkers in this tournament.
I have a 5-turn card.
Double 4s comes in.
And then I can
Not going to take it off. He's got no worries. Just wants to clear from the rear. Not the exact structure he wants, but I am sure he is not complaining. 6-5 would leave a shot right now. That is not it. Double 2s is fantastic. He'll probably rip 2 and clear from the rear.
Yeah. I'll bring it over whatever it started though.
And is well on his way. For the gammon, I don't want to jinx anything. Steve comes in with the 1, and now he's just going to try and build his board. He's probably not really going to be racing around to get off the gammon. He realizes if he loses, he's losing a gammon, unless he gets a shot and is then able to contain him. So for Steve, probably containment is more important than racing around the board at this point in a futile manner. 3-1 doesn't leave a shot yet. We'll just peel off a checker. He's got 6-5 next roll, which will leave a shot. Is that a 4-1? Did I miss that? I think I missed something there. Steve still slotting the 7-point, just looking to make his prime. On the chance he gets the hit, he will be ready. 4-1, not leaving a shot yet, but he does have the possibility of a double shot. 5-4 will leave a shot next roll, as will 4-3. As will 6-4. Few numbers here. 4-3, that is one of the ugly ones. Double shot coming up. And Steve now, because he has made that fairly good priming structure, will have an excellent chance for a recube should he get the hit and make the 5 prime. It might not be that immediate, but we'll see what happens. Question is, which 2 do you leave? Probably the back 2, but I'm not sure. Steve might be taking into account his cover the 7-point numbers as well. Or sorry, not Steve, Todd. Should he get hit? This is a big roll. Steve absolutely needs this. 3-4. And gets one of them, and it is on. The slow, painful comeback death is a thing. He's going to bring down another builder for the 7-point. And if Todd can't get in and out quickly, he can't, but he does clean up that blot, and that is absolutely huge. So Steve needs to not only get the 7-point, but also prevent that checker from jumping out into the outfield before he can have an effective cube, which he does. He does make the 7-point. And now it's a question of the 2. These hypergammon positions where only a few checkers are in play become very tactical, and you really have to look at all the shots and combinations to maximize damage control. And should Steve jump out, should Todd jump out, Steve wants to hit him effectively. No legal moves there. Steve would love a set of 5s right now. 3, he might even slot the back of the prime to get ready for it, although he doesn't have any active builders coming down, so it's possible he'll hang back and just try and get control of the outfield should Todd jump out. Certainly going to take his time with this one. That's it. Now he's got 2 builders coming down on the 9-point. 3-1 is that was a strip 3-point now. Another 1 from Todd, and Steve could pick up another checker. Six one. Maybe at some point you also considered this. Yes, getting off that anchor, and that way if Todd rolls a 2 as well as a 1, he will get a shot at something else other than double 1s or 2s. There's the 2, there's the 1. He gets another checker available to him. He would absolutely love to hit that and close it out. And even possible just hitting it might be enough for the cube. He's got 7 checkers off, though, which is quite a bit. And picks up the second checker. Isn't backgammon a wonderful game? Just when you think you've got it won and 4 points in the bag, it gets flipped. This could be a 6-point swing in the making. Thinking you're going to win 4 and instead losing 2. Steve playing it with ice in his veins, stone cold, showing why he is one of the best. There is. Oh, he's hitting 2 now. Next level play, full on blitz. does not even want him to anchor up. Todd's not going to make it easy for him. Hits on the 3. Steve dances on the 2-point board. No, what a tragic roll for him. And Todd hits back, puts 2. Steve checkers on the roof. Unbelievable swings right now in just the first game of this match. And only comes in with 1 on Todd's super strong 2-point board. Wow, what an unbelievable swing. Todd can't jump out with the second checker. And Steve now has a lot of return shots. Many combos with 1s, 3s, and 4s. Probably even a 6 he'll hit on his 2 points. There he gets, no, he misses. Wow, all those numbers to hit and misses them. He had combos of 3, 4, 5, and 6 with the 1, 3, and 4 and couldn't hit any of them, as well as 6, 5. And rolls one of his very few non-hitting numbers. That is absolute insanity. Todd now big roll. Would love to at least get 1 checker in double 1s. Oh no, has to volunteer. No, he doesn't volunteer another checker, but he also can't step up to the front of the prime. He has put a cap on the number of blocks he will have out there at 2. Steve on roll definitely wants the hit at this point. Dishes it out. Again, misses the hit. And Steve probably just can't believe it. I mean, he can believe it, but sometimes we just don't want to believe it. Wow, missing both of those twice in a row. I'm looking for to get that, at least one of those blots into the ace 2-point. And he might do that even without hitting him. It's possible he can just play 11-7 and then to the 2, just to play with the 1 blot. Yep, that's exactly what he will do. On damage control, Steve happy to hit loose now and possibly get hit back so he can come in and do that. He still can't hit loose. Shooting blanks. Steve keeping the outfield control. He's blocking double 5s well. No move for Todd. Here we go. Still would love to make that 7-point with a 5-4. 4-3 is all right. Not what he wanted, but it'll work. I don't know if slotting the 7 is the way to go. That seems, to my wee brain, the thing, but Steve prefers just to have the outfield control to hit him when he does come out, which he does come out, and now we will have a triple shot again. Let's see if he can do it this time. Seems like every number in the universe hits, but maybe there's, something out there that doesn't. That certainly isn't it. Finally gets the hit he needs. To there, and then I'll slot the back of the future prime on the 9-point. Hoping to eventually block 3 6s. All right, 2-4, and he is now containing. He's got 3 checkers coming in on the 7-point. That's one of them, but not both of them. And now it's kind of a question of builders for the 7-point versus outfield coverage if he jumps out. Getting hit, Steve getting hit is not terribly a concern for him. It gives him a chance to pick up the extra checker on the 2-point. And this play is forced. He'd love to just play the 1, but he has to play the other move. And now every number in the universe hits. And that's one of every number in the universe. Makes the 7 prime looking solid for the containment. Still wants that second checker eventually, but he can worry about that later if he is able to build the prime and Todd doesn't roll a 1 to get rid of that blot. he can go fishing. 5-3. Now, you can make the 8 point, but you can also use the 5 to come in and hit on the 3, which you kind of have to do so he doesn't escape. And then the 3 either step up to give you 6s to cover or slot the back of the prime on the 8 point. And that's, or do something next level like this, which is why these guys are the best. 2-4, he's now trapped even a little further back. And 6-1, that'll cover the 3 point. It could also hit on the deuce to continue prevent him from running. And it could also make the 9 point, stretching out the potential prime. He's going to hit on the deuce just to keep him up in the air, to prevent any big numbers and double 6s, having him jump around the board. Oh, 2-6. Ray Fogerlin jumps out. He's got a lot of returns now. Almost any number with a 2, 3, or 4 will hit, especially any 2. He would love to get that second checker. And he doesn't get that and doesn't hit. Unbelievable. Absolutely incredible. This has happened to us so many times when you can start smelling the comeback and then you just miss all these shots. Steve has missed double and triple shots at least 3 or 4 times now in this match. That's got to be disheartening. Probably wants to hang back with his hitting checkers there and bring one of them in. Question is, which one? All right, it's still just a question of Steve keeping Todd back. 2, 3, 4. This is going to leave a double shot. 2s are kind of duplicated. Looking for a 2-5, 4-1. Gets the 2, gets the 3, gets both checkers, and he is back firmly in control of this containment game at this point. And if he can extend at least to a 5 prime, which he can't do at the moment. We could see a requeue, but we're probably a ways off from that. Unless I'm wrong, and he might flip it right now. Please let me know what you think. There it is. There's the recube. He's got firm outfield control. He's letting Todd know, I'm just going to keep smashing you and pushing you back until I close you out. And Todd's challenging him to do it. That is a good reason to flip the cube, is it's not a pass yet. At least doesn't look like it. And now it's just a question of keeping Todd back. Blunderbots, thank you. Thanks for the comment, Blunderbots. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We've got 19 or 20 people watching, and that is good news, because it's more than 2. All right, Steve bringing a checker in, hoping to get the 3 point going, or as soon as Todd throws a 6 and escapes that checker, Steve would like to pounce on the checker left behind. That's for sure. So it's a mixture of keeping outfield control, trying to make the 8 point, and looking to trap him once he jumps out with the 6. So he's blocking double 6s. He was blocking double 6s. That's kind of a perfect role for Todd, just stepping up with no danger, but now 5s and 6s force him off the anchor. There you go, 5-4. He is off. Steve is looking to pounce on him on the 3 point to hit and cover. Maybe even get the double hit, ending 2-1, 2-3, 2-4. He's certainly hitting 2 of them. 2-5, that's one of them. He's got one more to play. This is certainly a lesson I would like to take. Containment games seem fairly intuitive, but they're incredibly difficult. And they're just some themes seem right, when in fact they're very wrong. Todd anchors up again. He's safe for the moment, but Steve will be looking again to set up enough checkers to pounce on him as soon as Todd rolls a 5 or a 6 and jumps out. It's just a slow process. Both players can taste their own victory. Todd knows he's got checkers off. He's not getting gammoned. He's way ahead in the race, obviously. But he recognizes the threat, and Steve as well knows how easily he can both contain him and miraculously have Todd jump out. That'll hit 2. Oh, maybe it won't. He's hitting with the 3. That surprised me a little bit. They wouldn't hit with the 6 and the 3. It's possible he's looking for him to roll a 1-5, 1-6 and jump out, or 2-5 and get one checker trapped back even further. And this is not it. That's the only thing I can think of with the not double hitting there. If anyone knows why you didn't double hit, please let me know. I'm certainly not truly going to question any of Steve's brilliance. Grandmaster level player. Three, 2 on the board. Probably doesn't want to play behind him to the 2 point. He's certainly concerned about Todd's double 6s, double 5s jumping out. Very tactical. Just making this is okay. That way if he gets to hit, it's even harder for Todd to enter. No roll for Todd. No move for him, rather. Steve's just gonna creep up. Gives him an extra builder. Should Todd jump out with 1? Steve really wants Todd to roll a 5 or 6 now. And doesn't. I think Todd's happy to sit there for a little while. 5-3 could block the point 6 away, and that way only 5s jump out. It is nice to prime him in, but he also wants him out of there. Could also come up with the 5 to the 7 point, which I guess that doesn't do too much. There you go, keeping the outfield control. And that way he does get to attack him on the 3 point if he jumps out without breaking his bar point. Here you go, he's got 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s. Big hit now. Needs them, gets both, or can certainly close him out on the 3 point. Now the question is, do you want to hit 2 now or close him out on the 3 point and hope you get a 1-2? But no, it's too juicy to get 2 checkers now on the off chance that you don't get the second checker. That would not be what Steve wants. Doesn't come in. And this is looking very good for Steve right now. Todd that whole time was really close to being able to shift the cube back, but just couldn't quite escape. Enough. He is in it till the end, though, having the cube, which is nice. So he gets to hang back and wait and see if Steve gives him a shot that allows him to escape and come around the board and get into a race position that allows him to recube. Is kind of his hope. Continues to dance. 6-5 would be a bad roll for Steve right now. 4-3 is perfectly fine. He kind of wanted to close out the ace point. That was absolutely his bigger desire. So I don't know. Do you slot it? Do you do a big brain slot play or just pull a checker? He is doing a big brain slot play. Really wants to close him out. That would help his winning chances quite a lot. Todd's not letting him do it. Steve's just going to recirculate and keep hitting back with any 1, 2, and 3, just like that. Just 5-2. Steve hoping to close him out. And does. BG for Turtles, why didn't Steve hit the blot? If you're talking about the 2 blots on that original play, I don't know. To answer your question, I am not sure specifically. Like I said, maybe he was looking for a certain combo of numbers, like a 1-5 or 1-6, that put a 1 blot deep and another one on danger. I don't know. Maybe he just made a mistake. I don't think he makes many mistakes, but it's possible. 5-2 now. He can obviously clear from the rear, but pulling off the extra checker will probably help since he is so far behind right now. I think, Todd has 7 checkers off. But yeah, he's clearing from the rear. Todd has 7 off. Steve has only 1 off. Ooh, that 1 checker out is very huge. If Todd can get out and get around pretty quickly, he's still very much in the game. Oh, unless Steve does that, and now Steve is back on top. Only big doubles right now will save Todd. He's got to run quickly. And after this roll, if it's not doubles, they'll both be tied. All right, they both have 7 checkers off. Steve is well ahead, clearly. And looks like he's going to steal the 4 points back. So it's becoming an 8-point swing. Was about to lose 4, and now he is going to win 4. What an incredible first game. This is the first game of the match. What else could happen throughout the match? Who knew? Who knew you would wake up today and see a match of this incredibleness? That's my new word, incredibleness. All right. An amazing turnaround by Steve. Well played. Patient and deliberate. Just very impressive. That's a game to study, I think. If you are looking to study containment games, which I am, I'm going to go back and look at that one. I'm going to run that one through XG, I think, because that really was quite incredible, especially as I have blown many of those. I would like to learn more. 4-0. Steve Sachs jumping out, showing why he is at the top of the food chain. Again, thank you for joining us. We've got 22 people watching. All right. BG for Turtles, thank you for viewing. Thanks for the commentary. Thank you for viewing. And 4 likes out of 22. I'm no mathematician, but I think that's like 0%. I think 4 out of 22 is not what we're really looking for here. We want 22 out of 22. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe to the channel and keep watching. Steve, a fine return with double 2s. Loves that. Especially because it stops Todd from using his builder on the 9-point. And it's a tough decision. Wants to come down, avoid continuing to be attacked, and try to get some kind of priming structure against Steve, which you can't do. I'd love to counter hit with a 1, 2, or 6, or make an anchor, 5, 4. There's the 3, 2. Now, do you anchor or do you hit back is the question. Anchors up, stops Steve's offensive game. Just kind of the plan. It's a good thing he made that anchor. Steve continuing to prime him in, and now Todd would definitely love to do some damage. He's going to hit, maybe even double hit at this point. There's 9 checkers in the zone. If it were 10, it would be better, but this is certainly Strong trying to do a blitz to counter the prime. 5-4 comes in with both. He will almost certainly be pointed on if Todd can do it. Or possibly a hit and pass to cover the ace, which he does have, but making the 5 point is certainly the way to go there. Blunderbot's not sure he would have found the take on that 4 cube. Yeah, I'd be curious to know what XG said. Clearly there was enough game left, and he had certainly had to work for it, which would indicate that it was a good cube to give, knowing that he would take it and he could potentially win more points. But only XG knows for sure. 2-1. Three just come into the 7. Still looking to cover that blot on the ace point. In general, if you hit on the ace point, you want to cover the ace point so it doesn't become a liability later. 6-2 for Steve. He gets to have some nice distribution going. He could also run a back checker at this point. He's well ahead in the race. When you're ahead in the race, you race, especially given Todd's blot on the ace point. He might just want to do it now, and he does. Doesn't really need the good distribution, which would lead to covering the ace and deuce point, which he doesn't need. So he's going to challenge Todd now to hit him, which he can do. It's going to cost him, though, leaving 2 blots in his board. I'm not sure what else he would have, though. He could run a back checker, but he's not ahead in the race, so that's probably not at all advisable. He's going to try and get something going. Steve gonna, check the race, think about the cube, but he's well ahead in the match, so it might want to be a little more conservative with it. On the other hand, he's got a lot of volatility in this position. He's got a stronger board. He's ahead in the race, I think. Maybe he's not ahead in the race, but now he is. And gets the other checker back. That's a very good roll from Todd. He gets to unstack a 6, make his rack, and safety a checker. And once again, Steve gonna pause and think. This is certainly approaching the doubling window time of day. He's taking a picture of it. He's going to check it later. Steve is a picture taker. I have noticed that about him when I play. He is constantly taking pictures of positions, which is why he's one of the best. He just goes home and looks at all these positions and studies them and learns from absolutely everything that he can. 2-6 is good. I'll bring the checker around. And Todd definitely would love a fly shot here. 6-1, 6-2, 4-3, double 4s. That's 7 of them. That's not it. To probably slot the 3 point or this. This is also good. You get 4 builders on the 3 point and you don't leave a blot there should you get into a hitting battle. And now Steve sends the cube. He's escaped his back checker. He's threatening to not complete, but strengthen the prime on the 7 or 9 point. And Todd, especially being hot behind in the match, scoops it up. And that is a fantastic roll for Steve after shipping the cube. It probably would have been a big market loser, I think. And he's taking another picture. Snapshot Steve, they call him. Snapshot Steve. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't even bother making the bar point. Just wants to get his checkers down and safely in. He's well ahead in the race. Doesn't need to take any chances. Doesn't need to prime. Priming is not his game plan right now. It is simply racing and playing safely and getting in. This leaves him good flexibility. All his numbers play. Keep a good distribution this way. That was a very impressive play with the double threes. I think a lot of people, including myself, would have been quick to make the bar point without really thinking through what your current game plan and motivation is. Todd right now just looking to get his prime ready. Should Steve leave him a shot? And now it's build the bar time. Even double sixes isn't going to save Todd at this point. Double one's not ideal. Well, that's okay. He's just going to start clearing his point. Again, I'm just going to look at it at least. Usually you kind of want to keep your priming structured to prevent your opponent from having doubles. But again, Steve is so far ahead right now. All he cares about is playing safe and getting in and not allowing Todd to do what Steve just did to him. Because he knows Todd would love to have karma work in his favor and come back the way Steve did. Steve is not going to make it easy. Excellent structure, very little rolls that concern him right now, if any. He's trying to make his bear-in as smooth and effortless as possible. Todd's going to try to play pure. Now he's bringing him in, but he's left himself one bad roll. Double fours isn't necessarily what Todd wanted, but it's not bad either. He gets to strengthen his board. It helps a little bit in whatever race equity he would have, especially to get off a gammon. 6-4 would not be good for Steve right now. That's his only bad number. 5-1 is fine. And Todd's just looking to strengthen his board and hope Steve rolls double sixes on the next roll. And that's it. Board is ready. He is set. Steve 5-1 now fears nothing. Oh, he's going to do some big brain stuff. Maybe he's thinking of taking off 2 checkers. Nope, he's not going to do that. He's instead going to do that. Why he didn't take that checker off, I don't know. Possibly just keeping extra checkers on his 4-point to avoid problems in the future. But Todd is going to run now. There's no real point in staying back. Steve isn't going to leave him a shot anytime soon. In fact, he may have hit him and covered and made it even worse. So this way, Todd's just going to run around and in the back of his mind, hope and pray for just really massive rolls and to Steve's small rolls, and hopefully he can cube, but that's very unlikely. Steve is probably, unless he keeps throwing 2s and 1s, will probably go up 6-0. But anything's possible. 5 doubles in a row, that happens. It is happening to me. Blunderbots, let you know what XG says. Yeah, that would have to be in the future, because I'm certainly not looking at XG now. I was trying to find out what events Todd has won recently, but I couldn't find anything. If anybody knows, forgive me for not knowing. Players get thrown out at the last second. If I had any time, I would be able to do more research. Oh, there's 1 double 6. That's how it starts. As the player in Steve's position, when you see that first double 6 and you know that's how the ridiculousness starts, it's just so painful to see, to know that it's possible. 5-3. It's still possible, could happen. Steve dishes out the 6, the 1 he doesn't want, but he'll fill it out just to make more numbers play. When you're ahead in the game, you just want to fill in the spare points to make more numbers play. When you're behind, you usually want to stack up the rear numbers to have big doubles play more efficiently for you. Two, and now another double six right now from Todd would make Steve's heart sink into his feet. Double one is not it. And the last one, I'm not sure. Could go 4-3 again to maximize your double threes. And that's what he's going to do. This still could go either way. It could have gone either way, but that's gin. And so Steve's going to go up 6-3. Just making it look easy against Todd, which is not an easy thing to do, especially that first game starting. Todd just looking like he was going to jump out to a 4-0 lead, and not only getting that game flipped on him, but the following one as well. And now he's down 6-0 instead of being up 4-0. That is rough. That just goes onto the list of the unfair cruelty of backgammon. Moving on, 5-1 to start. Especially these single elimination tournaments, it's just so rough. Even to get a taste of moving on to the next round. But it's certainly not over yet. Steve is far from victorious. The double threes help quite a lot. 5-3 the second time is less good. He's going to bring down 2 from the mid, try to make his prime. Did leave him a bunch of fly shots in the outfield, which Steve would love to get, and gets one of them. Boom. It is the Steve Sack show right now. 4-6, he gets in. That was huge. Almost flipped over to a double six. And do you jump? Do you hit on the deuce? He's probably going to hit on the deuce, which will make it harder for Steve to attack him on the 4-point, and hopefully he can either cover his deuce or make the 4-point next turn. And that's exactly what happened. Steve can't hit any shots, and he's certainly going to leave him more direct shots. Big roll for Todd. He would certainly like to anchor up or hit and cover. He can't hit. Can't do really anything he wanted to do. He could make the 2 and slot the 4. Which isn't really what he wants to do. Or this is much better. You're making the deuce. You don't really want to leave all those shots, but this is put the checkers where they belong, try and keep the prime. He's certainly not on offense. Todd is more on defense. And Steve coming around. Big roll here. Would love the 4, the 2-3, double twos to anchor up. Can't get it. He does get the hit, though. That is fortunate. That'll give him maybe an extra roll to get that checker off the 24-point, which he definitely does not want. Steve 4-1. He will hit back. Most likely. Now again, looking for the magic 4-3, 4-5 to jump out, even 2-1. 2-6 could hit, could also jump the checker off the 24, but the hitting is so strong here. And he's looking to trap 2 checkers back and counter prime. Or possibly even fill in the 4 and 5. Oh, I didn't see he stripped the midpoint. My apologies. All right, so yeah, 5-1. Steve loves that roll. Todd now with an ugly 4-stack on the ace point, but also gets to hit and cover on the 5. He's countering an ugly structure with a gorgeous structure by hitting and covering on the 5. Steve dances, and now there's some combos. He wants to jump out and pick up a second checker. He may even double at this point. He is so far behind. He's got 2-5, 3-5, 6-2, all hit. But he probably wants to have a little more action. And now, if Steve dances again, this could be it. And he does. So now Todd with a direct shot at a second checker. He's still trapped, but he's far behind in the match. He really can't wait anymore, and it's time to put a little pressure on Steve. Steve, like any good player, will think about it for a bit. He definitely wants to protect his lead. He knows Todd still has a lot of work to do, and that's why he's going to take it. He doesn't have a very good attacking structure in the front. Oh, I'm sorry, it was a 5, not a 4. I thought he needed a 4 to hit. So he doesn't get the 5, but he can hit on the ace. And Todd he's got to get those back checkers moving in one form or another. I mean, he'd love to cover the ace point, but then if he doesn't roll something to get out, he's going to crunch his front position, which he clearly doesn't want. 6-2, gets another checker. That might have been quick. I don't know why you don't hit on the 9 point instead. That to me, I don't know. I think that die was cocked. He'll throw again. That is only 1 die. We must throw 2 dice. In backgammon, we throw 2 dice. 4-3. Now close up the board. He's not in too much danger of getting stuck back there. Double 4s would be kind of disastrous for Todd at this point. 4-1 is not terrible. He gets to come off the 24 at least and give himself more numbers that jump out, 3, 5, and 6. Steve would love double 4s, while Todd would not love double 4s. That keeps him firmly in the match, anchoring up on the 4 point. And Todd gets a second checker, which he certainly needed. It gives him a lot more time to get those back checkers out and around. Bloomington Symphony, thank you so much. Todd did win the $1,000 Gateway Jackpot in St. Louis very recently. Thank you, thank you. Yes, he is certainly a force to be reckoned with. He is never out. And winning the 1,000 Gateway Jackpot must have been a nice feeling and put a nice pretty penny in his pocket. That is a big tournament to win. Thank you. James Painter, welcome to the chat. Steve continuing dance, definitely doesn't want to do gammons. He's enjoying a 6-0 lead. 6-4, Todd's going to jump out. Steve rolls that first 4, then it becomes a little more dangerous for Todd. As long as he can keep Steve with 2 checkers up there, he's fairly fearless. But you still want to protect against any super jokers from Steve. 5 gets a back checker out. Steve really wants to get at least one of those 4s in. Before Todd can get out of there. 6-3 continues to get out. Now much less fearful. fours doesn't hit. Oh, he gets the one in. Okay, so now if Todd doesn't tidy things up quickly, Steve could have some hits coming in with a 4 something. So he's definitely looking to clean up some of these blots and avoid Steve flipping the tables on him again. Looks like he can certainly clean up 2 blots, or maybe even 3. He could do 18-15 and then bring a checker to the 5 point, and then he'd only be playing with 2 blots. Odd. Not sure if that's the best play, but it cleans up the most blots, I think. Probably also looking for some duplication in numbers. Just decides to go with this. Now he's duplicating 6s, only 4-6, 4-2 hits. That's not it. Todd 5-1, that's a pretty good number. Gonna remake his midpoint, and now only the magical 4-6 for Steve. He's dreaming of it. He's picturing it. He's conjuring it. He's got to work on his conjuring. Double 2s. He can safety absolutely everything, which is great, especially his outside point is not in a direct shot of any kind, so he's feeling very secure and comfortable now. Especially Steve continuing to dance. Gammon is looming. His future double 5s is massive. He does have an awkward structure, which he didn't really want, but he's in safely and ready to bear off. Continuing to dance. Everything continues as Todd wants. This is exactly what he was hoping for. It could put him firmly back in this match, being down only 6-4, which certainly beats the alternative. 5-4, he could pull 2 off, but he probably has enough gammon chances still if he doesn't, but that's the decision right now. Sorry, not pull 2 off. Pull off 1 checker. Or just play it safe like this, not leave any gaps, not take any chances. Gammon chances are still pretty high. Todd still has 17, or Steve still has 17 crossovers, which is, a lot. But now he's got 15. Two, 1. Going to be a little awkward for him. He doesn't get to take a checker off, and now he's got a few bad rolls. 6-5, 6-4, 5-4. Next roll will leave a shot. And Steve already, once again, ready with that front structure, and that is not it. 6-1. He wants to pull off the second checker to keep an even number of checkers to increase his gammon chances. He probably doesn't want to leave the blot on the ace. Should a hitting contest occur, he would be giving Steven a second checker like he did last time. So that's the decision at this point, either 2-1 or pull off a checker. And he's going for the gammon. Gammons are so important to him right now. 6-1, 5-1, 4-1 leaves a shot. Next roll for Todd. Yeah, Steve heard me through the 6-1. 6 numbers in the cup. That's not one of them. And Todd's going to walk this one home. Only a question of whether or not he gets the gammon now. And with big numbers like that, Steve might just save it. That's one of the unique things about backgammon. I can't really think of too many other games, if any, where you're thinking, all right, well, I'm going to lose. I just don't want to lose badly. And you start getting excited about just losing. Well, at least I only lost. I don't know, can anyone think of any other game or sport where you're excited to lose and not lose bigger? Two, being efficient, coming just out, just getting the crossover, staying efficient. It's what you want to do when you're trying to avoid the gammon. You want to get in by exact numbers, hopefully just to the 6 point. Double sixes play extremely efficiently. Oh, there's one of them. We'll bring in the 6. And he wants the crossover. He doesn't want to come to the 5 point, but it is a crossover regardless. And now, unless Todd rolls 1s twice in a row, it is done. It is done. 6-4. 9 away, 7 away. Plenty of game left. That just made it extremely even, much more than it was or would have been. Thanks again for joining us. This is the Super Jackpot Round 1. 2 incredible players, like Steve Sachs, Todd Obadal. Much to be learned. Top-notch professional backgammon players. And it looks like they're going to take a really short break. Hit me up in the comments, say hello. Take this time to like the video. Like the video. Like the stream, subscribe to the stream. Go get yourself a drink. Go get yourself a snack, make some popcorn. Cheers. It is my honor to be here. Thank you again, Stuart Connolly, Dmitry Obukov, the masters of ceremony, helping bring you this incredible stream. This is stream 2 on stream 1. I haven't checked it, but I believe there is live commentary for people who are actually at the event there. I think it's fantastic that they're doing commentary on that one, commentary on this one. They've been nice enough. You have been nice enough to allow me to be here all day. Can't think of anything else I would rather be doing. I can certainly think of things that I should have been doing, but haven't done any of them, because this is an incredible honor just to be here doing this, seeing amazing backgammon, talking about amazing backgammon, and hanging out with you on the evening hour. It's the evening. I think I was thinking of each stream to approach it with a different tone. I was going to do like golf announcer for this one. Good evening, everybody. We have Steve Sachs versus Todd Obadal, but that sounds a little too low. But I am bringing it down a notch for the evening hour. Certainly not my screaming and yelling that I had for the morning, which was super fun. Jerry Tanzi was there for that. Certainly, if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that. Day 1, stream 2, morning. That was a lot of fun. Jerry is incredible. He is full of knowledge. He's always saying things that you'd never think of, and he's thinking about out loud about the position. It's a great way to learn. And I certainly look forward to doing more with him in the future. I know he's on Team USA, and they'll be going to England soon. I hope to be there myself. He's also going to the World Championship for the first time. Go, Jerry. See what happens. Currently as well, I'm not sure what's on stream 1. I'm going to let you go check it. I'm going to let you check out stream 1. And we are on break. I'm not sure. I imagine after this we will have yet another match as well. I imagine possibly even 2 more matches. I'm not sure how late we're going, but the more the merrier. And again, this is a beautiful backgammon joker board. I'm proud to say I have the same purple inlay and pink checkers for mine. I don't have the white checkers. I have a few other colors. Trying to figure out which one's best. We got purple, we got teal, we got blue. Currently, teal and blue are in a tie for first place for checkers with the purple background. I do like the purple too, but purple and purple. Some people were claiming they couldn't see their own checkers. Now, regardless, it is a gorgeous board and extremely heavy. I get a workout carrying it around. That's for sure. I actually picked up my travel board after walking around with the Joker board for a while, and my arm went up through the ceiling. It was like picking up something that you think is going to be heavy, but isn't. All right. Who's talking to me in the chat? 31 people watching. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Thousands more to come over the next few days, certainly. We are excited to have you. And I know everyone's getting excited for the World Championship, Monte Carlo. That is coming up in about a month, a little less than a month, I think. I'm not sure the exact dates off the top of my head, but yeah, that is very soon. And that is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm sure the Backgammon Galaxy team will be killing it, giving us amazing streams, amazing interviews, commentary, and certainly amazing matches with incredible players. Looks like a random person walked by the board, which means nothing to us right now, but that's okay. Delilah After Dark, Amy Latex, welcome to the chat. With a name like Amy Latex, you are certainly welcome to the evening stream. And that's the kind of name you expect to see in the chat for the evening. I am Amy Latex. I am Bill Whips and James. All right, coming here is Steve Saxophone and Todd Obadal and PBMSU. Welcome to the chat for you as well. You had the same play I did on that play way back when. 10-5, 18-15. Anyone knows any good jokes, please put them in the chat. I would love to hear that. I'm toying with the idea of doing a live caller talk show, but that would mean putting my phone number on the screen. For that, maybe I could create a fake account and we can have live call-in. Hello, caller, you're on the air. I think that would be fun, personally. Could be a big mistake. Could be huge. Be fun. I'm always curious what professional players write on their scorecards. I can't really see it. It's all blurry. It's a good way to learn. I actually noticed, I think I was watching Mochi and he was writing down, I think, the time on the clock after each round. So I actually started doing that as a good way to gain better time control, at least for me, just to acknowledge that you're aware of how much time you're using on each match on average. Keeping track if your opponent or you, what the cube play was, if there was a double take or a recube. And then I can glance at them after the match and then throw them away and never look at them again. You think you're going to look at them, but you don't look at them. Unless you're Steve Sachs, and then you take a picture of them. And then you go back and look at that picture and learn and study and become amazing like he is. All right. There we go. I think someone's wandering back. They are coming back. We are at the almost midway point of this match. That was an incredible start with some incredible flips. Both players going into the corner, getting all water splashed on their face, getting a little shoulder rub by the manager, and they are back in the ring. Round 4 coming up. Ding, ding, ding. And 2-1. We'll probably see it down and split. That's standard 2-1 opening these days, unless it is post Crawford with an optional drop. That is the danger of it, but when it does work, it pays off so well. Steve hits immediately. 5-1, probably continue to fight for that 5 point, both 5 points in this case. Dishes out 6-2. Not at all what he wanted, but it plays easy. Big roll for Todd, a lot of volatility here. Ooh, he gets to cover and hit. That's nice. That is very nice. In a dance right now, could even see an early cube since he's down in the match, potentially. But he doesn't dance. He's going to get hit. Todd 2-1, that's going to hit back. Steve unable to get any points going on his side of the board. 4-2 gets to anchor up on the 4 point. That's an excellent defense he's got going in lieu of not having any offense whatsoever. Todd 6-4, he's got options. He can make the 7 point or he could anchor up on the 18. Continuing the prime is huge. Doesn't really need 18 yet. He's not under any great threat of attack. And this way he gets to also prevent Steve from anchoring up on his 18 point with 6-5, 5-3, 6-3. Double twos is a good number from Steve. Todd paused to briefly think about the cube, maybe do an erase estimate. He probably needs to escape that back checker big time before really considering that, and maybe even get off the 18 point. 4-2 is not at all a good number for Steve. So we'll see how the big boys play it. It could have also come to the 9 and 8-6. Good hit with that. He'd love to get a return shot, but a return shot also is probably going to strip his mid unless he does it with an ace, which he doesn't do. Instead, he'll just jump out, try to get some outfield control, possibly try to anchor up out there on the 16 point if he doesn't get hit back immediately. But Todd might consider a cube right now. And does not do it. Probably wants a little more to happen first. This 4 is going to hit 2, and now he's starting the attack. Depending on what he rolls, this could be a cube coming up. Or maybe not. 1-3. Steve with the 2 anchors now. Certainly has a super strong defense. Todd will get some pretty good outfield control now. Anchoring up. Both players have a decent position. Todd certainly a little stronger with what he's got, but this is also pretty big.
I was thinking I was on the bar.
I'm sorry, that's Steve's. That's what I meant, Steve. He can do a lot of different things right now. He can certainly hit on the 2. He can jump out and come down and make the 7. He can come around and make the 7 and start counter priming. That's the way to go. And this has become a very interesting, tight game.
I witnessed
3-2 from Todd. Doesn't really want to step under the gun with the back checkers yet. He'd rather hang back and get a shot or do a big jump out with a fly shot kind of thing. Steve's strengthening and stepping up with absolutely everything. That'll give him some more outfield control with 5s and 6s. Should Todd dream about slotting those other points. 3-2. Down. He could make the 11 point as well, but that's not really a point he needs or wants. Plus, it would give him 6-4 double fives for Steve, which he doesn't really want to give him. He might also consider stepping up and seeing daylight with the back checker, but that would put him under the gun a bit. This is okay. Stops a few numbers from coming out. Also gives them a landing point for that other back checker. 5-3 could hit and cover. Could also jump out and run a little bit. Steve definitely wants to start using those checkers in the back. And this kind of does a little bit of both. Keeps contact while bringing in an extra builder to attack Todd's checkers on the ace and deuce. Double threes. Not really what the doctor ordered, but not the worst. I would have loved to come out or hit and cover, something like that. Yeah, really not ideal at all. Bring in checkers, you have to just put one checker behind the anchor and keep the structure intact. Steve's 6-1, he loves that roll. Keeps control, doesn't leave any shots, and puts the pressure on Todd to do something amazing. 6-3 is a great roll to jump out with. 3 will just come in, gives him another builder, one of the inner points should he need it eventually. The 6 coming out was very big for Todd. And we get into this kind of standoff middle game here where each player is kind of waiting for any kind of significant advantage, hopefully to threaten turning the cube. Steve right now does have some threats. You know, he could extend his prime with 1-3, 4-1, 4-3. Could hit on the ace, double fours. Isn't really what he wanted, but it's not horrible. It helps him in the race, certainly. But he doesn't really get to accomplish the things he totally wants. He can do that, I suppose. I misspoke, making the 3 points big. And he does leave a shot, but Todd has that blot in his home board, so the shot isn't as devastating. Four. Yeah, Steve more and more is probably feeling good about having that checker trap back there. So good, in fact, that he's going to double immediately. That is difficult. Also, Todd still has to bring those other checkers home safely against an anchor. And Steve's up in the race as well. So that's a pretty good cube. He could also even roll 4-2 and have a just solid 6 prime. There's a lot of volatility and threats in this position. So I think that's going to be a tough take for Todd. I can certainly see why he would do it, especially being down in the match. But no, he's going to let it go. Steve just has too much going for him. Pretty much in all departments. And he doesn't want Steve to have a big game. So he's going to give him the point, and we move up to 6 away, 9 away. Plenty of time on the clock for both players, no real danger there. In fact, we haven't seen any time trouble from anyone in any of the matches yet today. Everyone's been using their clock very well. 2-1 again, this time going with the split. And this time he kind of regrets doing it because he would have been missed. 2-6-3 still does the standard splitting down. Obviously, lots of return shots. This could turn into kind of a hitting battle. Oh, but that's going to make it harder. It's kind of the role you want as Todd, not only hit, but cover as well and start trapping back. Steve 3-1. He's going to come in and get his own priming structure going. Like to step up to escape that prime, but making his 10-point is just too juicy. Four, 3, jump out and hit. That is huge. Exactly what he wanted. Stops the priming. Todd wants to anchor up. Can't do it. I mean, he can on the 23. It's not the anchor he really wanted. Brings down the 6 from mid. He strips the mid, but it's always nice to have an extra checker on your bar point. When you only have 2 on the 7, it's often nice to have that extra checker there. Double 3s from Steve is big and lots of options. He can certainly make the 7-point. He can even unstack and make the 3-point. He can safety up his checker. He can step up with the back checker to see daylight. This is clearly the move. Improves his priming structure. And the 5-1 hits, but he's not worried about it as much because now Todd has to strip his midpoint, or I'm sorry, break his midpoint to do it. But he really doesn't have anything better. Ooh, a big dance with double 6s. That hurts Steve. Todd's still firmly trapped behind the prime, but obviously anytime your opponent dances, you need to stop and pause and think about the cube. That's kind of an alarm bell saying, think about the cube, think about the cube. And he's thought about it, and he's doing it. Especially being down in the match, he's got some threats. He's looking to extend his prime and fill in more homeboard points. But he's got some work to do coming out, which is why Steve probably took the cube. He could make the 2-point, but it's also really nice to jump out with that back checker. So we'll see which one he takes. He's kind of on the attack, which is why he's looking at this. And he certainly wants to gammon him. And now he absolutely wants to point on Todd and not let him reside up in his kitchen. And does it with double 3s, double hit, double covered, 5-point board. And now, if he can escape those back checkers fairly quickly, he's even looking at a gammon and taking the lead at 8-7. Wow, that could have gone either way there. Dancing for Steve on that broken 3-point board was pretty devastating for him. But Todd is quickly running out of time if he can't roll something to jump out. 2-5, 2-6, 3-5, 3-6. He's got a lot of numbers to do it, but a lot of numbers that don't and would crack his board immediately, like 6-5. 3-1 will work. It'll get a checker up, at least. And then might just want to... okay, he's considering the slot, sure. That's an aggressive play, puts a little pressure on Steve. The thing, though, is those 6s he might have wanted to use to jump out. Like a 3-6, 2-6. He kind of wanted to jump out, but now he's thinking of the 6 covering. Just like this. If you do the 6 to cover, you really are putting yourself in a dangerous position. Coming out with that 6, yeah, is so huge and so important. And of course, he recognizes that. Steve looking to roll a 1, make things difficult, can't do it. And now he has a little more time. There's for a 6-3 now, he can cover and come up, exactly what he might do. So the 4 would certainly come up. And he has time now to, with that other checker, to come down and to get the 2-3 he needs for the back checker. And certainly any 4-5-6, he'll be jumping out from the 20-point. Just like that. Oh, but double 4s is dangerous. Dangerous. Don't throw another double 4. That's not what he wanted. That put a little more pressure on him to roll something good. 2-1 keeps him alive. The 2 almost certainly comes up from the back, I think. And then the 1 might move up to the 15 just to leave him fewer bad numbers. He's kind of looking at disastrous doubles right now. But coming up to the 20 gives him more opportunities to jump out, which he does. Yeah, hesitating a little while because coming up all the way with that 1-4-3 would leave not great double 4s for him, but it's not that bad that he's too concerned about it. All right, he's got no bad numbers now. Steve, at this point, has adopted the posture that, as a backgammon player, we hate. You just sit there with your finger by the clock. Just tap, tap, tap. It is not the posture we want. Tap. At least without a clock, you can sit back, you can take a drink, you can look around. When there's a clock, you gotta sit there and pay attention and tap the clock. Sometimes your opponent can be nice. Do you want me to tap the clock for you? Which is almost more insulting. Looking to come in safely, just taking no chances, leaving no bad numbers. Really would love for Steve to get in right now and just stop being any kind of problem. Double 3s just continues. Yeah, I mean, I guess somewhere in his mind he's thinking about pulling off 4, but that would probably just be way too much. So this is the super safe play. He gets to pull off 2, he gets to play from the reel. What a beautiful roll. No brainer. He would love Steve to get in with the 5-6 right now. That certainly helps Todd. And yeah, Steve wants to get in. If he's going to get in, he wants to get in with big doubles right now and save the gammon, which is extremely unlikely. And he dances. Wow. So the gammon save is almost non-existent. And in fact, he'd really like to get out now to avoid some kind of weird backgammon thing happening. All right. At least he gets one checker out. Yeah, this way you guarantee getting out with a 2-1. If he had come in with a 3 and come out with a 1, and then Todd throws doubles and Steve throws 2-1, he could get backgammon, but this way there's no chance of a backgammon. So that's a very smart play. He shakes the dice in his hand. A little bit of backgammon comedy there. I'm just going to shake the dice in my hand because it does not matter. All right, big comeback. 8-7 now. What an incredible match. We're looking like a runaway at 6-0. And now 8-1. Essentially to come back and make it 8-7. Todd has won 8 to Steve's 1 point. And now it's 8-7, 5 away, 6 away. Very tight, very close. Small pause, wiping the sweat off their hands, and we're back in it. Who knew? I didn't know when I woke up this morning that I would be seeing so much amazing backgammon. Maybe you did, and you just didn't let me know. Now I know. This is the backgammon commentator's dream day. Steve quickly anchoring up on the 18, feeling pretty strong about that. Especially if that's 6-1, that's well timed. I'm a little surprised. Yeah, Todd might want to split the back checkers now. Usually when your opponent makes his advanced anchor, you got to get your back checkers moving. But he's not doing that, and that's okay. 6-3, and now Steve is a very dominating position, trapping the back checkers. and Todd can't even cover the blot. I imagine now he'll start splitting. Yeah, you really got to get something going. You don't want to step up into 10 checkers attacking you, but at the same time, you've got to get something going, either looking to jump out or make an advanced anchor. Oh, 6-5 is not what Steve wanted. He's probably going to have to hit and leave a blot. Whether that means hitting on the ace or hitting loose on the, hitting and covering the ace, or hitting loose or bringing 2 checkers down from the mid. Yep, that's the one. Even if he hits, he's going to leave returns, unless he rolled. No, he's always leaving returns. Double twos is a very good roll, though. Race is still fairly close. Steve is in the lead. Not by much, especially if Todd rolls big. Todd, obviously, with a much stronger board. Steve, if he can roll doubles and start moving those back checkers up, he is golden. And even now, with a weak board, Todd can take some chances if it's prudent to get some more outfield control, like now. He really doesn't fear Steve's board at all. He's jumping out. He doesn't care if he gets hit. He's just creating control, creating possibilities. That is a very good roll, though. And it's either hit and cover or hit and make the 4-point, I would think. There you go. $3-6. He's just going to jump out. What a beautiful roll from Todd. That's one of his best rolls, except for a 5-6, which would have come out and solidified. And now this really could go either way. Cube is still in the center. Oh, double sixes. Will put Todd way up in the race, and now Steve is the one trapping Todd. It was Todd trying to hit Steve, and now it's Steve trying to hit Todd. Steve's going to strengthen his board, wait for Todd to leave him a shot. I think he's up in the race. I don't know if I counted that right. Looks like it big time. Not what he wanted, really, at all. The ace, he might, with the one, he might just play 2-1. Didn't do some kind of cute play, like maybe 5-1. Just to keep things kind of on the pure side. Steve certainly is not going to leave him a shot anytime soon. He's got the 4 checkers on the 7 and 8 to play with. There's this. I don't know why you wouldn't cover the ace with that dilly builder on the 2. I mean, either one's not ideal. So you can also, there is this. Of course, the thinking here is that if Steve splits with an ace and hits him, there will be returns. If he can't throw a 1-5 or 1-6 to cover that back checker, there will be a lot of returns. But it is very risky, especially if Steve decides to double him right then and there. Or if he gets hit and dances, then he's doubled out. So yeah, this is certainly safer. Steve 6-1, perfect. He now has a board to be very feared. Looking for double 5s, double 4s, double 3s, 2-1, that's all right. He gets to keep everything as is. It's not what he wanted, but it also doesn't hurt him. Steve, obviously, with better timing, has the extra roll here. Although if Todd can throw something other than a 1, he can clear his 8-point. Oh, and that's it. That's gonna, unless Steve can respond with a big number here, that's gonna be a double pass. Don't think that's big enough. And there it is. So it's going to be 4-way, 6-away. Unless I'm missing a big boy take here, which I'm not. 4-way, 6-away. And Todd continuing to have the monster come back. Maybe thinking, you know what, I was about to go up 4-0 on you, and you took some points away from me. And he's getting those points back with interest. This has been an incredible matchup, such brilliant playing on both sides. No one player running away with it, clearly. And now Todd not necessarily afraid of taking a double, because if he can get a gammon double, he wins. Thanks for watching this stream, everybody. This is the time of my life. I'm assuming it is the time of your life. And we love backgammon. Double one, Steve with an excellent throw. Gonna trap Todd back. Todd looking to return the favor. Keeps a strong priming structure. Steve with a big roll here. Terribly decisive. Splitting down. Todd now would love to point on Steve on the 3-point, or maybe Steve has duplicated the 3-6 with that play. That would come out and point or hit, but he does point on him with the 6-5. One 6, it comes in, which is nice. And then the other 6, he's probably going to come down to the 7 or jump out. Jumping out is a bit risky. This keeps everything nice, gives him an extra builder for the 4-point. Double 2s is not bad at all. Todd gets to make the barrel. The 3 through 6 point. Strong prime versus prime going here right now. That just pretty much ended it. The last 6 is going to be a little weird. Unfortunately, Todd very much wants some sort of sexy hit right now to keep him in this game. Doesn't get it, but gets a 6-3, jumps out and hits. That probably his best roll. And Steve can't double him out. Doesn't get the return hit either. And Todd very much just kept himself in the game with the 3-6 fly shot joker. 4-3. The 3, we obviously love to step up. Problem is he's going to continue leaving blots around for Steve. And he doesn't really want to hang out on the 4-point and let Steve just attack him on the point he wants to make. So he could safety a blot. That doesn't really accomplish what he wants. This is a tough play. Oh, brilliant. This hit on the ace. I didn't even consider that one. Putting the pressure on Steve to perform right now. The hits. Yeah, dances. Wow. I didn't even look at that play. I don't know if it's right, but wow, what a next level find. Five, 3. Yeah, we'd love to cover the ace point, but jumping out is so important for him. Putting 2 on the roof, dancing, and now it could be too good. Doesn't get the 7 or 8 that he wants. I don't know. I don't know what the cube action was there. There was. I mean, maybe you double there on the hopes that you get a gammon, but also, I don't know. I don't know. I'm curious to know what that cube action was because I have no idea how to read that. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you said no double or too good, especially given the match score. Big roll needs the 1, doesn't get it, but gets in. That's good for Steve. At least he gets that. For 2. That's an awkward number. Could just bring the checker into the 6 to give you an extra builder. You can also do some kind of hit and switch. Not hit and switch. You could cover, break the 5 point, which seems insane. And you can also hit loose on the deuce, which seems even more insane. This seems sane. Steve still really wants to hit on the ace, flip this around. Oh, and does, gets the ace. 3 is awkward though, but he's very happy to get the hit. He'll slot and hope to close that out. Just jumps in, jumps out. Wow, hits on the deuce. I would have jumped out immediately, but I am not as good as these guys. Hitting on the 2 seems risky, but guess not. One can hit and cover on the ace as well and get 2 in the air. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the jump in, jump out left too many fly shots in the outfield, 9s and 10s. I don't know. That was about 5-1. Todd would obviously love to pick up that 3rd checker. He's clearly just playing on for too good. Six-4, he can hit again. Will going for the closeout. Not too worried about the back checker. He knows even if he gets a closeout, he definitely has time to roll that 6 or 2 to get out. And 5-4. Not at all what he wants. He's going to have to... No, you can't do that. That's an illegal play. That is an illegal play, and Steve says, hey man, what you moving 6 for when you don't have a 6? Now the 5-4, he can't bring the other checker around all the way to safety. He can bring in 2. He could come off the 6 and keep a 5-point board, which might be the play. Or you can do this, bring 1 down, bring 1 in, give him an extra builder. Of course, if Steve comes in and starts hitting him now, he could turn it around. Super Joker double 2s in the cup. Dishes it out. 3-6, no dice. And 1-5 will cover it up. And now Todd definitely needs to get out. Got a lot of numbers that do, but got a lot of numbers that don't. And that does with style. Is one of his best numbers. And again, strongly looking at another gammon. What a run of points if he continues this. Could potentially go up 11-7, which would mean after Steve's 6-0 lead, Todd would have turned around 11 points to Steve's 1. If he can continue this closeout. Number 1's no bad numbers, fears nothing. Steve once again with his finger by the clock. Just tap, tap, tapping. Not where you want to be. You can tell these players have got to be a little fatigued. Like Todd just moving 4 when he should be moving 3, moving 6 when he doesn't roll a 6. It happens with fatigue. You start getting tired and you just start missing numbers. Steve gets 1 checker in. Really doesn't want to get gammoned. He would much rather Todd be 3 away than 2 away after this. Oh, double 4s is punishing continue. Almost no chance to save this gammon now. Now Steve actually would like to dance, I think. One more and have Todd roll doubles. Yeah, now he's just running out, hoping for huge doubles to get his checkers around the board, but it's going to be very difficult for him to pull that out. He needs about 5 doubles or 4 doubles in a row, if that even works. Yeah, it's one of them. Four gets the 4 crossovers. Still needs 12 crossovers to Todd's 8. Now 6, so it's so highly unlikely he can get off this. And I think that's gin for the gammon. All right, it was 2 away, 6 away. And I'm curious to see if psychologically maybe Steve calls for a quick break just to stop the momentum, get a drink of water, stop the flow, splash some water on his face. I mean, I might do that strategically if I were in this position. I mean, Todd's just had all the momentum since, even before they went to break, but certainly since they've come back from break, Todd has had a lot of unanswered points. I don't know what rules there are to taking breaks. Maybe only get a limited amount of them. But double 6 for Steve, he loves to see that. Two, 1 again, splitting those back checkers just to get something going. Steve's already out. So Todd needs to get something going with his back checkers, almost exactly like the other game. 4-3, fearlessly smashing and pointing, which you absolutely should do. 4-6, Todd will hit back. Steve would love a quick answer 5. You're going to 5-1, 5-2, 5-4 to get a double hit would be tremendous. 5-6 is also one of those. And 3-6 dances. This could be a cue. Maybe he's going to play on to be too good, but might try and scoop up a big point. The only thing, if he gets 1 point, he'll be 5 away, which he doesn't really want to be 5 away. He wants to be 4 away. This is possibly what's going on in his head. I have no idea what's actually going on in Steve Sachs's head, but that's what will be going on in my head. And 2-6. Come down, punish him, clearly playing on for 2 good to try and get to 4 away. And now has a very good chance to do that. Board 3 will cover his 4 points, certainly. What he wanted and needed. Got 4 builders for the 5 point now.
These are all 1, 2, 2. If you don't get them, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna put them
Gladly hit loose on the 5. Keep this dream alive. Doesn't need to. Hits and smacks. Big roll. Steve not going down easily. We all know he is a force to be reckoned with. And reckoning days here. Does a switch, keeps the attack going, doesn't even want to give him a chance to anchor up on his ace point. Trying to figure out what to do with the last 2. And we'll certainly continue to punish him on the 2 point if he can. Any 4, 5, or 6. Oh, that's not really what he wanted. He'll get an extra builder, probably coming into the 5 point. Maybe not. That seems to be like the thing. Also wants to minimize any damage should Todd start rolling jokers.
I'm not transcribing, but I'm making
Doesn't really want to break his 8 point, but would love that extra builder. No, keeping himself flexible. Uh, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Full point. Double 1s is going to be a huge double shift, most likely. Or maybe even just swing 1 checker all the way to the 2 point. But regardless, 2 more going in the air. There you go.
the way tables are built. That's gonna be really
4-2 continuing the closeout. With Ray of Hope quickly going away. Now we see the good thing that Steve did by getting off that 18 point. Kept himself flexible in the outfield. Three gets 1 in. Begging for Steve to hit him again with any 6 or 4. Which he will do. 5 probably down to give him 8s to cover. No, what do I know? Coming out, bringing checkers around. It's really not too much concern on Steve's part at this time. No close out yet. I guess question in the back of his mind, does he want to lift off the 3 point? But no, he wants the gammon. Todd has no offense to reckon with, so to speak, so he's pretty fearless coming in. And probably get the closeout right now. He does. Only double 3s really sucks for Steve. That ain't it. All right, it's the Sax turn. Saxman turn. Come on back. Barring any weirdness, this is going to get even more exciting. Again, clearing the 6. Just only wanting to get the gammon, which is almost assured if he doesn't get hit. That's a great play. Did not have to do that at all, but doesn't want to take any chances. Certainly something to be learned there by anyone watching, including myself. Well, there have been a lot of gammons in this game, a lot of closeouts, a lot of swings. This has just been a brutal match in terms of just beating the crap out of each other. No gentle 1-point victories, really. It's all just been smashing, blitzing, closing out, and big point games. That's a very awkward number. You would really love Todd to get in at this point. Todd, of course, does not want to get in, but does, and that's pretty much that. And it looks like we're moving on to 2 away, 4 away. Very exciting score. Excuse me. Excuse me, did I stumble upon an awesome backgammon match? I think I did. We are ready to go.
I thought you were absolutely fantastic in engaging him in the game.
Oh, yeah.
The dice are almost out.
But I let them be competitive, you know?
Yeah.
If they're under 5, maybe I'll let them in.
Okay.
And here we go. Todd starting off with 6-2. Steve dishing out, hitting back with the 6-3. He will do the old hit and split. Hit it and split it. 1-5 gets no hit back. The question is, do you step up with the 5 and try to make the 5-point? The 1's going to be awkward regardless if you do that. So maybe come into the 24 and bring 1 down 13-8. You could also do a tempo hit on the ace point and hope that Steve doesn't get to make his bar point. This is, it's early on, it seems simple, but it's a pretty tough decision. And he does just that with the tempo hit. Doesn't want to give Steve the chance to use all his builders. Three anchors back up, and yes, doesn't get to cover the 6-point, which Todd would love to smash right now. And does. 6-5. What a wonderful roll. He gets to hit and cover the ace. Don't really want the ace point, but a 2-point board is a 2-point board. And as we all know, the box have taught us to do that. In the olden days, they would not do that. Oh, that isn't a 6-1? Am I seeing the wrong thing? I don't know. I'm confused. The 2-6? Is that what that was? Double 3s. Oh, hits 2. Steve is not at all in the position he was hoping to be in. He was kind of hoping to get into a gammonish position so he could throw the cube out there. Double 3s. Todd is going to smash him on the 5-point. He's thinking of hitting 2 now, it looks like. Which you still can do. Yeah, just switches all the way. He's full on blitz. Steve already has the anchor, which is nice. So he's obviously not worried about getting closed out. I'm not sure about switching to the 2. Seems like you're begging to have a failed blitz attack doing that, but what do I know? Especially Steve has no board. He's got nothing going on. So Todd's just happy to continue smashing him, and obviously an undouble gammon will just win him the match. Double 6s, you can make the 3-point. This is just, he's not even giving Steve a chance. Just came out of his corner swinging. Steve is just, I don't know, would love a 5-1 right now. 5 anything, really. 4-1. Just going to try to be patient and get something going. Pressure's on Todd a little bit to clean stuff up. Double fives. Wow. He's going to have to leave him a shot, which Steve desperately needs to hit right now to stay in this. Double ones would be huge. 1-3, 1-6 would be amazing. 5-3 doesn't hit. Gets the cover is 5 point. But that was a big roll right there. You really needed to hit him. Oh, double fours doesn't really do what Todd wanted. They can keep the play safe here, even though it's really ugly. Yep. Three, two. Steve just quickly looking to establish a board or some sort of prime, waiting for the hit, which doesn't come yet. Steve's happy to split to give him a little more contact value. He obviously doesn't want to get pointed on with 3-1 double threes or double ones. That's kind of the nightmare number. Gammon's looming large now in this position. Would love to just get in and get out to stay mobile and keep things moving. Oh, Todd showing no mercy. Double sixes.
You roll double sixes.
It's a forced play. I'm not sure what they're talking about right now, really quickly.
There's witnesses. I can't get away with it.
You got me, though.
Now you have to move it.
Steve right now, I mean, obviously the miracle shot 6-1-5-1-4-1 would be great. Otherwise, Steve really, again, just needs to get around, get off this gammon quickly. It's unlikely, though. 18 crossovers to get off the gammon. Oh, and Todd just quickly taking hope away from Steve. What a comeback that Todd had after his initial down. It's been a rough second half of the match for Steve, to be sure. He's done what he could, and Todd just continued to roll and punish him and get a lot of gammons here. There have been a lot of gammons in this match. And it's not over yet, but it's close. Todd rolling the 6-2, only takes off one. 11 crossovers. He needs 3 double sixes in a row.
It's going to be difficult.
And even that's not going to do it. Nope, that's it. Handshake. Congratulations to Todd Obadal. Has bested Steve Sachs in the first round of the Super Jackpot.
I couldn't do it.
We will see what we have coming up next for y'all. I imagine we might be doing one more match.
Wow.
Happy to be here for that and join you. Let's see, Dice Man USA is in the chat.
Yeah, I'm going to see that.
And we are moving on. Wow, what a just brutal match. Both sides, that was incredible. So many closeouts, so many super blitzes, so many gammons. That was that was pretty intense and exciting. A lot of back and forths. We had, especially more in the beginning, we had a couple of flipped cubes that could have gone either way. It was definitely a game in the middle there that was neck and neck for a bit.